Hello everyone, and welcome to your second royal reading today here at MadWorldTarot. It's a rainy Thursday evening as I'm doing this reading, and a bit of a gloomy topic, but it's something that I feel I need to check in on for some reason. I tend to follow these prompts when they happen. So we're looking at the King's health today. I've just done that reading, and gloomy, but not devastating. The thing that showed up really in that reading was that there was some concern for him at an emotional level to do with family. I was already planning to look at his relationship with Harry, and so it just added to that urge to do this reading today. I'm going to do a relationship spread with the new Palladini Tarot between King Charles and his son, Prince Harry. Where have they been energetically? Where are they now? With all the health worries, with all the strangeness in the world that's going on, what's going on between them, and where are they headed? Is there any hope of reconciliation? What's going on? Cards are flying. This tells me that there is a story in here, some energy that needs to be expressed. Let's remind you, it's tarot, and it's for fun and entertainment, and it's my opinion, and it's all speculation. I just read energy here, and there is a disclaimer in the box below. So no specific reason for doing this, except, as I say, a prompting. And so, relationship reading between the King and Prince Harry. Harry has been in the news, of course, because of the visa saga, which is still rumbling on. For all his being papped by a backgrid out and about, see, I don't have a care in the world, I triumphed over the Heritage Foundation. Maybe not, Harry, maybe not. I think that was a bit of a premature pap stunt that Harry pulled there with the good friends backgrid in Montecito, because it looks like an appeal is heading his way, or heading the government's way in the United States, so we're going to have to keep an eye on that. Still a cloud over Harry's rather bald head, in my opinion, and so I bet the King is pretty worried about that, and worried about the marriage and all manner of things Harry related. That's my opinion. Of course, strangely, we have the same card that showed up in the previous reading, Queen of Swords in reverse. And in the previous reading, using the same tarot deck on the same kind of topic, the Queen of Swords for me was about questions over whether there would be an abdication, whether they are planning that kind of contingency. And I got the energy of maybe very strategically, but very quietly behind closed doors, and troubled by the notion of what the late Queen would have expected and what she herself did, the standards that she lived up to, and that the rest of them don't want to let down. So that energy has carried through, in my opinion. These two readings are very connected energetically, and so that energy is still embedded in this reading, is the underlying energy of this relationship reading. What happens? What plans are being made? Do we go against the previous kind of order and make new rules, or what do we do? It's in here, strategic planning, but with trouble, with sort of wrestling with what to do. I think that's quite interesting that that's shown up. This is the past energy. That's the King. This is Harry, and we've got the Nine of Cups. And for the King, and we have the Nine of Wands in reverse for Harry. Two nines, penultimate energy. This is almost done kind of energy. That's the past. I haven't set a time frame for the past. I just want to know what tarot wants to tell us about the past. And for the King, we get the Nine of Cups, which is indulgent energy. And there has been a story that's been floating around recently. I can't remember which royal, trying to think now, royal reporter, one of the old ones, old school ones, female. I think she's brought out a book. Can't think of her. I can see her face vividly, but I can't think of her name right now. She had a thing about how indulgent the king was as a parent and how Harry was spoiled. William as well, but Harry in particular. And there it is, Nine of Cups. Treated him too carefully, too gently, didn't put any boundaries around him, let him get away with whatever. And there is that energy, Nine of Cups. That's the king's energy right there. Darling boy. Don't chastise, don't limit, don't discipline, don't... no consequences for darling boy. Harry's energy is quite different. That's the Nine of Rods, and it's in reverse. It's a boundaries card, so it's not that different actually. There would be boundaries if the card was upright. It's in reverse, so no boundaries. Indulgence and no boundaries. No rules, no restrictions. Normally I would read this card quite differently, and I was going to when I first moved over to it, but the more dominant energy kind of shifted me as I picked that card up, and the more dominant energy is no boundaries. Normally I would say, well, he's broken, he's ruined, he's collapsed. There is that behind the scenes. I think there was something like that going on quite often in Harry's life, and I think my personal opinion still is, I think that he's a very troubled soul, my personal opinion, and has moments where possibly some kinds of intervention have to happen. That is my personal opinion. But we're getting indulgence and no boundaries, and that the energy interlocks in the past. I was going to read on that story, but then I thought, now what's the point? It's so obvious that that is what happened. It's shown up anyway in this reading. So where is the king now with this whole story with Harry? We have the Four of Cups in reverse and the Eight of Swords. He's ready to forgive. He's ready to give Harry another chance with the Four of Cups if Harry can only liberate himself from that woman whom Donald Trump described as terrible. Four of Cups in reverse is the do-over card. Have another bite at the apple. Upright, it's rejection, no bored, indifferent, can't be bothered. In reverse, it's come on, I'm offering you, I'm reaching out again, let's try this again. I'm going to try with you. Try and make that connection. Forgive, love, offer something to you, but you have to liberate yourself from that woman. How do we liberate him from that woman? Sorry. That's what's going on with the king, as far as I can tell, my personal opinion, of course. Where's Harry in this situation, this relationship? Oof. Okay, Ten of Rods in reverse. He's broken. We've gone from the Nine of Rods, which did have collapse energy in it, to the Ten of Rods, which is given up and quit. Lonely, broken, chosen the wrong path, burdened by his own inadequacies, choices, difficulties, whatever is wrong in his life. He's really feeling it, but there isn't a sense of connection between them. We're coming to what is between them. We have the Queen of Pentacles who's shown up with Harry, with this Ten of Rods in reverse energy, which is really wretched energy, I have to say. Feeling it. I know we saw him skipping out of that SUV in Montecito to prove that he's so happy that he triumphed over the Heritage Foundation with the visa thing. It was all for the sake of appearances, papped by backgrid. Don't believe a word of it. This is the true energy of Harry. Ten of Rods in reverse. He's really at the end of his resources, at the end of his tether. Queen of Pentacles is two female energies here. First of all, the late Queen. She's showing up here in this Queen of Swords, and wondering about her, wondering about breaking faith with her. That's how I'm reading it. And also the other Queen of Pentacles in Harry's life would be Catherine. And if anyone is going to get him back in touch with his father, it would be her. We keep seeing those little puff pieces and maybe he is trying somehow to get in touch with her and trying to get back to par and talk to par, not get back at par. He's done a lot of that in the past 5 years or so, but get back to par. But let's see what's between them before I speculate even further. It's 10 of Cups, okay, and the Ace of Pentacles. It's possible that reconciliation is in the energy and is in the chatter at the moment, because 10 of Cups was in the previous reading when I was looking at the King's health. It showed up in reverse, very unhappy about what's going on in his family, and now it's upright. And the Ace of Pentacles is an offer, a fresh start. I know I don't mean as a working royal, so don't panic. I mean, come back. You can have the gamekeeper's cottage, as I often say, and we will look after you, and you can start your life over. It doesn't have to be in the UK, it can be anywhere. We will make it work for you. So much forgiveness, so much potential in this energy, undeserved in my opinion, but who am I to judge? We're told not to judge, aren't we? And here I am judging, so mea culpa for that. If the King can find it in himself to forgive and to reach out and to offer, then so be it. But there it is, 10 of Cups, the bridge back into the family, into the bosom of the family. You don't have to worry about money. You don't have to worry about earning your keep and having to show up and make speeches and be papped by Backward. We'll sort it all out for you. You don't have to worry about your visa. You don't have to worry about anything, but you have to get rid of her. That's where we are now. Interesting. Of course, the 10 of Cups with that bridge has a whole other level to it, which I don't want to really dwell on, but it is passing over previous reading. It's there because of that energy, the reconciliation, the offer, the desire for reconciliation is because of that, obviously. So let's move on. Let's go to the future outcome. The King and Harry. The King, we have happiness, celebration, we have the firm, we have a sense of home and stability, and the firm being stable, him being much happier. It could be because of that 10 of Cups energy of transitioning. I'm trying to tread carefully here. Harry, unfortunately, we don't have such good energy with the Last Judgment, which is the Judgment card. It's very like the Four of Cups, the Judgment card, because it's about having a second chance, second coming, awakening, realizing what you've done and getting a chance to make amends for it. It's in reverse. So it's giving me a sense of someone who doesn't wake up in time, doesn't come to his senses in time, isn't ready to forgive. What's very much in the Judgment card is the idea of forgiveness, not being judged. It's giving me too late there. I'm sad to see that. As I say very often, I'm not a fan of Harry's at all at this point. I started out, I have to say, thinking that he was just a gormless idiot who'd been put on the wrong path by our friend in the Eight of Swords over there. But I have come to see him quite differently over the past many years, 7 years or so, more maybe. It looks like too late. Too late. It's going to realize too late. But for the King, that offer is always there. It will always be there. This is your home. The door is open to you. You can always come back. I will celebrate. It's very prodigal son. We will celebrate. You come back. There will not be judgment. There will not be criticism. There will be forgiveness. There will be welcoming. But too late. Very interesting what's going on in here. What's going on with Harry. And maybe, just maybe, he does come back, but maybe, just maybe, he comes back without fully realizing the things that he's supposed to realize and to understand and grow from. We're here to learn lessons and grow. Doesn't look like he is going to do that, unfortunately. But interesting card in here, for sure, for me anyway, as a tarot reader. That's it for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you again tomorrow.